on you, Ohio. Because you understand that even though politics may seem real small right now, and may seem real petty, the choice in this election could not be clearer. And it could not be bigger. The stakes could not be bigger.
You can do it!
I know.
That's President Obama today on his two-day bus tour of Ohio and Pennsylvania. The president arrived in Ohio today with a 9-point lead in the latest Quinnipiac poll. The Obama campaign obviously believes that talking about Mitt Romney's jobs record has helped them build that lead.
Governor Romney's experience has been in owning companies that were called pioneers of outsourcing. That's not my phrase. Pioneers of outsourcing. My experience has been in saving the American auto industry. And as long as I'm president, that's what I'm going to be doing, waking up every single day thinking about how we can create more jobs for your families and more security for your communities.
Mitt Romney sent two of his vice presidential auditioners to shadow the Obama bus tour and take their best shots.
He is dubbing his tour the Betting on America tour. Well, of course, we should all bet on America, but we shouldn't double down on Barack Obama.
So you want good-paying jobs in Ohio? You want a growing economy in America? We need to elect Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, for his part, spent the day enjoying one of the toys that outsourcing has earned him, a horrendously ugly speedboat that is a floating offense to the otherwise honorable history of American nautical design. Joining me now, Ari Melber, correspondent for The Nation and an MSNBC contributor, and Anna Marie Cox, a political correspondent for Guardian U.S. Anna Marie, the Wall Street Journal is upset with how much time on the water Mitt is spending, comparing him today to John Kerry out there windsurfing. There's Mitt out on the lake with his rich guy toys. Even the Wall Street Journal thinks big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange. Mitt Romney has really not shied away from endorsing and making even more clear the distance between him and like a normal American. I mean, he makes these mistakes all the time. And in fact, I guess it's sort of part of his argument, you know, that he is a wealthy businessman and he got to be wealthy because he was a successful businessman. And it's a successful businessman that can save us. But the Obama campaign keeps pointing out it's actually business people that put us into this position that we're in now. And the same skills you use to become a successful businessman out on the lake are not the ones that are going to get Americans working again. Let's
listen to the way the president is actually campaigning in Ohio and what he had to say today about the Affordable Care Act.
And let me tell you something, Mommy. It is going to make the vast majority of Americans more secure. We will not go back to the days when insurance companies could discriminate against people just because they were sick. We're not going to tell 6 million young people who are now on their parents' health insurance plans that suddenly they don't have health insurance. We're not going to allow Medicare to be turned into a voucher system. Now is not the time to spend 4 more years refighting battles we fought 2 years ago. Now's the time to move forward and make sure that every American has affordable health insurance and that insurance companies are treating them fairly. That's what we fought for. That's what we're going to keep. We are moving forward.
Ari, it seems like the Republican insistence on repealing the whole thing has allowed the president a position on this that is really convenient for the campaign. He just rattles off a few things that are in the bill and says you don't want them to take that away. That seems to me to be the most effective way he's found to campaign with this as a tool.
That's right. He didn't use the terminology that the politicos use about the Affordable Care Act or tax or mandate. He talked about what's in the bill. He talked about people being on their parents' plans. He talked about the way that you are protected against companies that might want to discriminate against you for your own health situation. So I think that was very effective. It also shows something that's gone wrong with the right, which is they don't know how to win anymore, Lawrence. They got a Commerce Clause ruling that they'd been seeking for 25 years. But they can't celebrate it because they got a nominee who's for Obama's plan, more or less, throughout history, and they don't know how to take a partial victory. So because they didn't get every little thing that they wanted, and the Chief Justice said, actually, the president did something constitutional here, now they're sort of, cracking, and the president gets to spotlight what people like about this.
Most of us don't live in the battleground states, so we're going to have to show you the campaign commercials here. Let's take a look at what the Obama campaign's running in the battleground states on outsourcing.
What a president believes matters. Mitt Romney's companies were pioneers in outsourcing U.S. jobs to low-wage countries. He supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas. President Obama believes in insourcing. He fought to save the U.S. auto industry and favors tax cuts for companies that bring jobs home. Outsourcing versus insourcing. It matters.
Anna Marie, it's such a peculiar problem for Romney because in the past you've had these kinds of issues about tax breaks for sending jobs overseas. But this candidate is a personal profiteer from this kind of thing in his past, which makes it just so much more strange for Romney to have to deal with.
It is, and this is, the trap of running on your resume, which actually I believe the Wall Street Journal pointed out that's what John Kerry did as well. He ran on his biography, and Mitt Romney's writing in his biography. What if your biography tracks the very sort of disasters that have occurred in the American economy and that people feel personally? I mean, I think this outsourcing versus insourcing or offshoring or whatever that was, I mean, the thing about that is, like, who doesn't know someone or some family or some community that hasn't been affected by this? And look, we have someone to blame. It's not a faceless corporation. It's Mitt Romney.
And according to page 1 of the Wall Street Journal, Ari, the most un-outsourceable job in America is hairdresser. Because you just can't go overseas.
Where are you going to go?
Yeah, that's the thing I learned today. And look at the Pennsylvania poll at Quinnipiac, where the president's going next. President Obama's at 45. Mitt Romney is at 39 in Pennsylvania. Ari, it looks like the president does need to go into Pennsylvania to try to push up that lead.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's closer, I think, than the Obama folks expected. When you talk to them about this bus tour, I spoke with some people in Chicago this week, and they said, we're just out here. It's Rust Belt. It's what we're excited about. They don't want to let on, but everyone understands it. It shouldn't be that close there. Ohio is very strong, not only in the polling, but also, quite frankly, it's a state where the president has spent significantly more than Mitt Romney, although he's got a lot in the war chest. And then thirdly, as you know, you go out to these states, you try to get local press. It's not about just the national media or just the Wall Street Journal. Carping. And if you look in Ohio over the past month, according to Google News, Barack Obama has had more press mentions than Mitt Romney every single day. And tomorrow will be another day like that with him going across the state. Ari
Melber and Anna Marie Cox, thank you both for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Coming up, where is Mitt Romney's money? Finally, reporters are doing some real digging. We'll tell you what they've found next. Ezra Klein and Karen Finney join me. And the lies of Crazy Joe Walsh are back in the rewrite tonight. This time, he's lying about his campaign opponent, Tammy Duckworth. And while he's at it, he's lying about one of his heroes, John McCain. That's in the rewrite.